नया डस्टर, नया जिंदगी। डस्टर को डस्ट कर देंगे। पूरा दुनिया में वार हो रहे हैं और हम लोग भक्ति संदर्भ पढ़ रहे हैं। तो इस भक्ति संदर्भ से कुछ होगा या नहीं? हाँ? By studying Bhakti Sindhu, something will happen or not? Saranakant Prabhu, what do you say? Huh? Mike, what will happen? Whole world will be in the peace.
Prabhu,
Huh?
we have to go to them
Huh.
to teach Shraddha, Purna Shraddha.
Acha, Ananya Bhakti want to
Yes,
teach to
yes,
them.
yes.
Yes, very good.
Otherwise, fight will not be stopped.
Yes. वशिष्ठ कौन? रोहित। रोहित वशिष्ठ कौन है आप? ओ अच्छा, रुक में। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। तौ संतोषयता सन्तौ श्रीलरूप सनातनौ दाक्षिणात्येन भट्टेन पुनरेतद्विविच्यते। तस्याद्यं ग्रन्थनालेखं क्रान्तव्युत्क्रान्तखण्डितं पर्यालोच्याथ पर्यायं कृत्वा लिखति जीवकः। हरे कृष्णा। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण। 176th अनुच्छेद, 176th अनुच्छेद we are going to study today. We started that, so okay, we'll be proceeding further. Picture is not there. So karma arpanam is also is entry door, dwara bhutam, entry door for the samukyam. It is entry door for the samukyam. Samukyam is two types. So gnana rupam and another is bhakti rupa. Okay, that is clear. By the Gnana Rupa Samukyam, we are realizing the absolute truth in the form of Brahman. Yes. Next, by the Bhakti Rupa Samukyam, so Brahman is realized in the form of, sorry, absolute truth is realized in the form of, so Paramatma and Bhagavan. Savisheshasyapi tattvasya bhagavatvam paramatmatvam cha iti मुख्यम आविर्भावद्वयम् इति मुख्य रूपायाः भक्तेस्तु मुख्यम भेदद्वयम् भगवन्निष्ठत्वं परमात्मनिष्ठत्वं च इति. So first one samukyam is gnana rupam. Samukyam gnanam. Samukyam gnanam means so upasaka is practicing bhakti, is practicing gnana to realize the absolute truth. So that's why gnanam is the known as samukyam. Gnanam is known as samukyam. So similarly, so absolute truth is realized with attributes. That's why savishesham. Absolute truth can be realized in two ways: nirvishesha and savishesha. Nirvishesha means absolute truth is realized so without attributes. Then this is known as nirvishesha form of absolute truth. Absolute truth is realized with attributes and it is known as savishesha. Okay. So savishesha means Paramatma and Bhagavan. So that means Paramatma and Bhagavan comes under the so absolute truth, realizing absolute truth with attributes. Okay. Savishesha Samukya Rupayaha Bhaktestu Mukyam Bhedadvayam Bhagavanishtatvam Paramatma Nishtatvam Cha Iti Tad Etat Trayam Sri Gitasu Uktam. Nirvishesha, that means without attributes, and Savishesha. Savishesha means with attributes. It is once again Savishesha. That means absolute truth realized with attributes is known as Savishesha. It can be once again two types. One is Paramatma. Another is Bhagavan. Paramatma and Bhagavan. Savishesha. That means here bhakti is is also then two types. Bhakti can be here now two types. Why bhakti can be two types? Because so through this bhakti, absolute truth is realized in two ways, in the Paramatma form and in the Bhagavan form. That's why bhakti is also two types now. Bhakti नहीं डस्ट देंगे. अच्छा डस्ट अच्छा लग रहा है. Bhakti which is targeted towards the Paramatma, and bhakti which is targeted towards the Bhagavan. That means Paramatma Nishtha Bhakti, Bhagavan Nishtha Bhakti. Like this Samukyam is in general we are saying Bhakti, but if you go inside, it will be two types. Bhakti which is targeted towards the Bhagavan and which is targeted towards the Paramatma. That's why Paramatma Nishtha Bhakti, Bhagavan Nishtha Bhakti. These two types. Bhakti. Paramatma Nishtha Bhakti means bhakti done towards the Bhagavan, and Paramatma Nishtha means towards the Paramatma. So next, now Samukyam is becoming actually in general two types, but if you go inside now it is three types. So Brahman Nishtha Gnanam means Gnanam which is targeted towards the Brahman, that is one Samukyam. Bhakti which is targeted towards the Bhagavan, that is one Samukyam, and one more Samukyam, and another Samukyam is so Bhakti which is targeted towards the Paramatma. So we are going to see references for these three. That means whatever we are saying, we are not saying whimsically. Yes, there is some proof. Yes. Here Gnana is also Samukyam. Yes. This is discussed in which Bhagavad Gita, 8th chapter, 3rd sloka. BG 8.3. This. BG 8.3. Next. तथा तत्सामुख्यं ज्ञानात्मकम् उपासनं च उक्त्वा यथा 8.11 यदक्षरं वेदविदो वदन्ति इत्यादि तथा परमात्मानमपि पुरुषं च आदितैवत् देहभृतां वर इति च 8.3. It means Paramatma Nishtha Bhakti and Bhagavan Nishtha Bhakti. This Paramatma is also once again two types. Yes. Yes, Paramatma is actually Paramatma. How many types? How many types Paramatmas are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4 options. 1, 2, 3. None of the above. 2. How many Paramatmas are there? Huh? Yeah? Two types. Very good. Two types. Paramatma, three types. After hearing whole story, you people, what will become? That means what? What is the relationship between Sita and Rama? Then he'll say, I don't know. After hearing whole Ramayana, Paramatma is three types actually. Yeah. So individual level, that is Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu, and Samishti. Samishti level, that is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, who is the Antaratma of the Antaryami of Virat Purusha. And on top of that, Karanarno Sai Vishnu. He is Paramatma not. Karanarno. He is Paramatma. Anyway, but yogis are generally meditate on two, either Samishti or otherwise Veshti. Samishti Paramatma is Samishti Paramatma and Veshti Paramatma. Veshti Paramatma means who is in individual's heart. Who is that? That is Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. And Samishti Paramatma is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So that means bhakti, which is targeted towards Veshti Paramatma. Bhakti, which is targeted towards the Samishti Paramatma. Yes. Now once again that this became two types. Huh? Mike.
You just told that there are three types of Paramatma Bhakti.
Yeah. No. Bhakti, Paramatma Bhakti is not three types. Paramatma, how many Paramatmas are there? I asked.
Oh, so it was your joke.
I asked how many Paramatmas are there. But worship is done for two. Sometimes I get surprised. So because of the answers. Really, so many times I told, and he's asking how many Paramatma. Who is third Paramatma? He's asking. Every time new actually. That is a good. Yeah. Huh? Samishti is the Samishti Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Veshti Kshirodaka. Whatever it may be, Bapre. हाँ प्रभु बोलिए. Karanarno Sai Vishnu. He is not Veshti Samishti. He is Paramatma for all Brahmandas. He is controlling all Brahmandas. In one Brahmanda, so Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu will be there. And in every Jivatma's heart, so Jivatma is accompanied with one Paramatma, and he is so becoming the witness for this individual Jivatma. Then what will happen? That second canto, we studied so many points. All are gone. Everything is clean swept. So many hours to explain. How many Paramatmas itself you forgot means then what will happen? Yes. Anyway, please. क्या करें? So okay, now whole worship will be this much only. Absolute truth will be worshipped in these many ways only. That's all. Not more than this. Thus, you will be everywhere. You will be seeing this kind of. So that's why you can bring out all the scriptures, bhakti scriptures into this diagram. Easy. If you, for the first initial students itself, if you say this, If you put into their brain this, then wherever they study in the scriptures, so they will be understanding, oh, this block is discussed here, karma bhakti. This is karma arpana. Oh, this is gnana marga here. Oh, this is bhakti. And also is two types. So it is related towards the Paramatma. It is targeted towards samishti, veshti, or nirvishesha form, or savishesha form, this, that. Everything will come into this. So one day, one fine day, if you learn one diagram, you'll be getting everything. Is easy, na? Happy? Huh? Nasha? Nasha means Naksa? Eh? Nasa man. NASA, acha. Acha. So where we study, that means this bhakti is two types, so na? Actually, that's why I'll put two lines. One is towards the samishti, one is towards the veshti and samishti. And we are interested in this path is now divided into three. Yes, this bhakti, two types. Bhakti towards the Bhagavan, bhakti towards the Paramatma, and once again it is two. Then that means it became now three. And that's all. Na? So this is what? This is. So we'll be seeing references. That is 8.3. BG. It is BG. About Paramatma 4th it discussed, and this is Bhaktir iti dvayor prokta darshita tatra abhyasuktena ityadi ekena kavim 8.8 8.8 BG 8.8 about the Veshti, and BG 8.9 it is discussed. So, and Ananya Bhakti, this towards the Bhagavan it is Ananya Bhakti. It is 8.14. So total yes. So 8.14. So this you can see now these references. We'll be seeing this little sometime Bhagavad Gita now. Bhagavad Gita book is there. Acha, you are having. इतना छोटा बुक these people are really इतना बुढ़ा तो नहीं हुआ मैं दिखाई दे रहे क्यों नहीं दिखाई दे उम्र होते ही दिखेगा नहीं किम तद ब्रह्मा all of you know the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Yes, in 7th chapter in the last ending, so Krishna was telling about the few things like Brahman, karma, and Paramatma, Adiyagnam, Adidhaivam, Adibhutam, Adipurusham, Brahman, karma, and also Prayana Kale at the time of leaving the body. So what happens? These things he discussed. Sa Adibhutadidhaivam Sadhiyagnam Viduhu Prayana Kalecha Mam Te Viduhu Yukta Chetasaha. At the time of the death, he will be knowing the Adibhutam, Adidaivam, Adiyagnam, and also Mam. And So that's why next Arjuna is asking, Kim Tad Brahma? Because in the previous to that, Jara Marana Mokshaya Mama Sritya Yantiye Te Brahma Tadviduhu Krishnam Adhyatmam Karma Cha Akilam. In 7th chapter, 29 and 30 slokas, Krishna was touching the few points very quickly. That is Brahman and Adhyatmam, Karma, Adibhutam, Adidhaivam, Adiyagnam, and also at the time of the leaving the body. These many things he mentioned in short. So then based upon that, so Arjuna was asking to elaborate those points. So that's why he was asking in the 8th chapter, what is Brahman, what is Adhyatmam, what is Adipurusha, what is Karma, what is Adibhutam, what is Adidaivam, what is Adiyagnam, and at the time of death, how they are able to know all these. How they are able to know. How they are able to know you. Prayana kale cha katam gneyosi nitatmabhi. Adiyagnaha katam ko atra dehe asmin madhusudana prayana. So Adiyagnam. How? So people is going to know him about the at the time of the death. These points were asked. Actually, here whole discussion is here only. Actually, whole upasana is here. Whole upasana. Brahman. I will write good with good handwriting so that people will feel Brahman. Second one is Adhyatmam. Third, Bhutam. Fourth, Fifth, अरे कर्मा एक मिस हो गया, चलो कर्म इधर रहा, कर्म. Sixth, Yagnam. Seventh, at the time of death, how one is able to know Adi Yagnam. Adi Yagnam. This. Okay. Sure. Sorry. Pen. So then in the third question, from the third onwards, he started explaining. Krishna started explaining. These are the questions. What is Brahman? What is Adhyatmam? What is Adibhutam? What is Adidaivam? What is Karma? What is Adiyagnam? Adiyagnam at the time of the death, how one is able to know the Adiyagnam? So these many questions Arjuna asked in 8.1 and 2. 8.1 and 2. Then Krishna started answering about these things from 8.3. In the 8.3, what he told? He told about the Brahman. What is saying about this? Aksharam Brahma Paramam. Swabhavodhyatmam uchyate. Aksharam Brahma. Whatever is Aksharam, that is known as Brahman. So that's why in 8.3, Brahman is explained. And in Adhyatma also is explained. Karma also is explained. Three things. In the fourth, Adibhutam and also Purushahacha Adidaivam Adiyagnoham. So in the fourth, 8.4, Adiyagnam is mentioned. In 8.4, Adiyagnam. Mainly we want what? So Savishesha form is explained in the 8.4 and Nirvishesha form is explained in the 8.3. And this Savishesha form is also, once again, that means basic definitions of Nirvishesha and Savishesha are explained in the respectively BG 8.3 and BG 8.4. Okay, Savishesha and Nirvishesha. So Nirvishesha, Savishesha is the Adiyagnam, Nirvishesha is the Brahman. And this Adiyagnam is once again realized in three ways. That is in the form of Krishna, 18.14. Sorry, 8.14. Ananyas Cheta Satatam Yo Mam Smarati. Mam means Krishna. So that's why 18.14. That means Savishesha form can be realized in three ways. That means Paramatma, Samishti Paramatma, Veshti Paramatma, or Bhagavan. So Bhagavan, realizing the Bhagavan is said in the 18.14. Realizing the Samishti Paramatma is said in the 18.9. Realizing the Veshti Paramatma is said in the 18.4. All these three are known as Adhiyagnam. Adhiyagnam.
Guruji, this Sameshti Paramatma and Veshti Paramatma, is this discussed in the second canto? Because in the second canto, the
already you
Virat
came late. It's over. Adi Samishti and Veshti. So that's some Veshti is the Shirodaka Sai Vishnu and Samishti is the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what is actually dealt in the second canto, no? The whole discussion.
Yes. So, so now you see now, then what is said in this Bhakti Sandarbha? It will be clear now. You can see. So, Aksharam Brahma Paramam 8.3 is telling about the Nirvishesha form of absolute truth. Yadaksharam Veda Vido Vadanti. So, okay. Realization of the Brahman is said in the 18.8.11. This is 11. This is 9, 8, 14. Okay. About the Nirvishesha 8.3, about Savishesha 8.4. Clear? Any questions? Eleven. Yes. 8.11. That's Yad Aksharam Veda Vido Vadanti Vishanti Yad यतयो वीतरागाः यद इच्छन्तो ब्रह्मचर्यं चरन्ति तत्ते पदं संग्रहेण वरिष्यसि. Yad aksharam, akshara means Brahman. Now we'll see these slokas. 8.3, first we'll see. 8.3 translation is the Supreme Lord said. That means Aksharam Brahma Param. Supreme Lord said the indestructible transcendental living entity is called Brahman. That is the definition of Brahman. Indestructible transcendental living entity is called Brahman. Aksharam Brahma Paramam. Bas, this is the definition. This much only you need in that sloka. Remaining things are telling about the Adhyatmam Adidhaivam. Those are all Adhyatmam Adidhaivam Adibhutam. These are all material actually. They are not absolute truth. They are out of the 24 elements. So that's why you don't need to worry about those. Karma. Karma is also material. Adhyatmam is the senses. Yeah. Adhyatmam is just claiming these senses as own. These senses are like eyes, nose, ears, tongue. These are all known as Adhyatmam. And Adibhutam is, Adidhaivam is the presiding deity of those senses. Someone is sitting in those senses, like eyes. Who is sitting? The sun god. That means his sun god is not sitting, that his part and parcel is there actually. And yeah, sun god we can say, but he is, so yeah, is there in this sun planet also, and also he is, yes, is controlling that sense. So that's he is known as Adhidaivam. Then who is? So who is differentiating these two? Differentiating two means, so otherwise we can say Adhidhaivam, Adhyatmam, Adhidhaivam. These are initially so having the no function. No function means they cannot work if there is no another element, that is Adibhutam, body. If body is not there, then where this sense will be residing? And there is no functioning of senses, and also there is no functioning of sense controlling deity until unless there is no Adibhutam, because that is the one which differentiates. That means the functionality of these two, Adibhutam. Otherwise, so Jivatma is there, senses are there, sense controlling deity is there, and Jivatma is claiming these senses are he is claiming himself as a owner of these senses. So, but those will be all in coming to the action when there is Adibhutam. So that's why Adibhutam is known as यह आध्यात्मिको यम पुरुषः सो अधिदैविकः यह तत्र उभय विच्छेदः पुरुषः हि अधिभौतिकः. उभय विच्छेदः, the one who is so differentiating. So it is from the Bhagavatam 10th canto, sorry 2nd canto 10th chapter. So sloka number 8. यह आध्यात्मिकः अयम पुरुषः सो अधिदैविकः. Anyway, simple understanding, if you want to get, what is that? The simple understanding. So senses are there. Here Adhyatma means not simply senses. Senses claimed by the ownership on senses claimed by the Jivatma. This total you take as Adhyatma. That means falsely Jivatma is claiming these senses belonging to him. Okay. So that's a Jivatma who claims senses as his own property. So the total unit is known as Adhyatma. And Adi Daivam is the controlling deity of those senses. And Adibhutam is the facilitator of these two, who accommodates. That means, like example, this is I sense, Taragravarti, so Chakshuhu. I means is a sense, is very subtle. Senses are very subtle. Very, it's almost also, they are, that means Sukshmam, very subtle senses. And on this, there is a controlling deity. That is, on this, there is a controlling deity. He is sun god. And this is located in eyeball. This is Adibhutam. So this eyeball is not there, then there will be, where you can find this eye, this small subtle sense is sitting on the eye. Taragravarti Chakshu. And on that, one more hero is there, that is Adidaivam. Anyway, this is another discussion. It's not important for our yeah, it's discussed in Tattva Sandarbha also, if you all remember. Yeah, mutually exclusive.
Guruji, here this Prabhupada speaks about this Adhyatmic manifestation, Adibhuta manifestation, and Adidevic manifestation. And there is example given of like Mother Ganga. What we see the river, that is like the Adibhautik manifestation. And if you can see the Mother Ganga actually riding on the crocodile, that is the Adidaivic manifestation of Mother Ganga. Just like earth also is, Adibhautik manifestation, but earth in the form of mother cow is Adidaivic manifestation. And they are spiritual counterparts in the spiritual world are Adhyatma manifestation.
No, that's not this here. Here, Adhyatmam is not spiritual. Adhyatmam means, so generally people think that Adhyatma means is spiritual, but it's not spiritual. The material senses are known as Adhyatmam.
What about then senses, sense objects, and the sense devata, which control?
Sense objects are nothing but the Adibhutam.
Adibhautik, na?
Adibhutam.
Adibhutam, and the sense is the Adhyatma, and the sense devata is the Adidevik.
So, okay. So, Aksharam, Brahman is explained in the 8.3, and Adi Yajna means who is even beyond these all three. Adhyatmam, Adidaivam, Adibhutam. He is beyond these three, and he is controlled of even the demigods. That is Adhi Yajnam. That is Ashray Tattvam. Adi Yajnam is Ashray Tattvam, means that is the thing we should know, all of us. Whole Bhagavatam is there to know that. Yes. We are all learning Adibhutam, Adidaivam, Adhyatmam. What is the purpose of learning all these? To know about Adi Yajnam, the position of the Adi Yajnam. Okay. This is the, so all the purpose. Anyway, so in the Bhagavad Gita, everything, if you learn this chart, whole Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, everything comes into here.
Prabhuji, what if any scientist will say like regarding the controlling deity, if it is not there, then I will not work. But the function part of why it helps us to see the external world. So just same thing also camera does. But in camera, there is no persons of controlling deity. Then if you will ask any scientist or person that where it is controlling deity, what same function camera is also doing. So how you are saying that controlling deity will control the senses, or you are able to see?
Camera is not controlling, is not controlled. Camera is controlled by someone or not?
Person is controlling, but the function of camera, just like eye, is same. But camera don't need any controlling deity of.
Why not?
Sun god.
Camera needs the intelligence. Without intelligence, camera will not function. So that much intelligence is kept in that machine itself. So like when I press this button, it should open this. That means, and then after it should come out. Then after that, I press this button. Then it has to click the photo and store it. All these are all programmed. This is a control. So it's controlled by the some intelligence which is already kept in that machine. That is the Adi.
Yes,
Deva.
intelligence is required for. Just I am talking about the function part. Just
Ah.
sun god, as you said, help us to see or visible part of this functionality. But camera's function is to click picture or record videos. Just, but that function is not under the sun god control, because we, as per viewership,
that function is not under the sun god's control. But camera picture it is doing, but who is seeing? Camera is seeing, camera is not seeing anything. Your eyes are seeing, which is ultimately controlled by sun god. By making picture, what is the use? Ultimately, eye is needed or not? Good question. अच्छा के questions. Very nice. Next, तथा परमात्मानं, so पुरुषश्च अधिदैवतम् इति. So 8.4 you see, adibhutam ksharo bhavaha purushascha adidaivam adiyagnoham eva atra adiyagnam ahameva atra. This is the point we need actually. In 8.4 adiyagnam is discussed or not? Adiyagno ahameva atra deha brutam vara. So that's a savishesha form in general is known as adhiyagnam. So now next, that adhiyagnam is once again, so is realized into three ways. One is what? Virat Veshti Rupadi Rupa Adhisthana Dvaya Bhedena Binna Prayuktam Uktva Bhakti Riti Dvai Tayor Eka Praya Darshita. Okay, so Adhiyagnam is once again three types. What is Bhagavan, and another is Paramatma. Paramatma is once again two types. So Veshti Paramatma and Samishti Paramatma. So then also in 8.9, you see, in 8.9, so about the Samishti Paramatma is said. Puranam, 8.9 you can see. Kavim Puranam Anushasitaram Anoraniyan Anusmaredyaha Sarvasya Dhataram. How can you say he is Samishti Paramatma? Sarvasya Dhataram. He is holding everything. So that is the Samishti Paramatma. So who is in the Virat Purusha? Aditya Varanam Tamasah Parastat. Ye ho gaya. So then after that what? Veshti Paramatma. Veshti Paramatma is said in 8. What is that? 8. 8.8. 8.8 Veshti. Abhyasa yoga yuktena chetasa nanyagamina paramam purusham divyam yati what is that? Yarti parthanu chintayan. So here about which Paramatma is said here? Purusha, which Purusha is said? Veshti. That means, so yogi is meditating on the Veshti Paramatma and leaving the body. So that's why you should know in the Bhagavad Gita, everything you always think that, oh Krishna, everything is Krishna. but everything is Krishna only, but this classification is there. And what is Arjuna's last question? How one is able to know Adi Yagnam at the time of death? So then here we have seen some process is given to realize the Adi Yagnam. So what are those process? That's so bhakti towards the Bhagavan, that is Ananya Bhakti, and to realize the Veshti Paramatma and to realize Samishti Paramatma. So what is said? Yoga Mishra Bhakti. Yoga Mishra Bhakti. That means it is also bhakti, but it is special kind of bhakti. Some special kind of bhakti. It is not Ananya Bhakti, it is some special kind of the bhakti. So that's why we made total Samukhya into 2. That's right. That's what Yoga Goswami made. Total, because Paramatma realization also we are considering as is a type of bhakti. That is nothing but Yoga Mishra Bhakti. So that Yoga Mishra Bhakti you might be seeing in the from the sloka from so from the 11 to 5, 11, 12, 13 and 13. Actually 5 slokas actually should take 10, 11, 12, 13, 10, 11, 12. This Yoga Mishra Bhakti is telling about this 5 slokas. But especially main procedure comes in the from the 11 onwards. Actually 12 onwards only, 12 and 13 mainly procedure they are explaining. Total 5 slokas they explain. 10, 11, 12, no, 9, 8, 9, 10, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 6. Why actually Arjuna asked how to remember the, so Krishna, how to remember the Adi Yagnam at the time of the death? He asked this question. So for the remembrance, he said that, so how to know? Actually, Arjuna didn't ask how to remember, also he didn't ask. He asked how to know you at the time of death. He asked that question only. Then Krishna was saying, so to answer this question, he is saying that by the remembrance, you will be knowing me at the time of death through the remembrance, smaran. So that's why, that means, and also he says, at the time of death, whatever you remember, that only you will reach. So that's why at the prayana kale, at the end of the life, at the time of death, at the time of leaving this body, if you know me through the smaranam, then you will reach me. So me means Adi Yagnam. And then how to get this smaranam at the time of death? Abhyasa yoga yuktena chetasa nanyagamina. That means by the abhyasa yoga. So, and also Krishna says, that's why tasma sarveshu kaleshu ma manuswara vidyacha. He also says this point. So that's why Arjuna, if you want to know me at the time of death, you should remember me. So how you will know me at the time of death? Through the remembrance. Then how to remember you at the time of death? That is through the abhyasa. That means now that's why even at the time of practicing this yuddha, while fighting also, you should remember me. And if you do this kind of practice, then at the time of death also you will remember me, then you will reach me. So then how to, and then also he explained the process, Yoga Mishra Bhakti. So especially focusing on the remembrance, Yoga Mishra Bhakti. So where that is used especially to realize the, so Veshti Paramatma and Samishti Paramatma. But after saying these two, so but another one more point. So one wants to go to the Lord also, na? Krishna. So that's the Ananya Bhakti also he explained in the 8.14.
8.7 is Ananya Bhakti only now.
8.7.
Because Ma Manusmara Yuddhacha is there. He is speaking personally about himself.
But he is Anusmara, but out of devotion or not? That is important. So remember, yogis also, they remember Lord. But they don't have any
they
loving.
remember, but that is made either their Paramatma form, tam eva,
So they remember yogis, they remember the yogis remember the Lord, but the point is what? There is no, they do samadhi, but there is no love. Relationship is not there. Even while they are practicing and remembering, so they get the some kind of started loving, getting the love. Then they think that this love is attachment, and I don't want this love. Hut. So they withdraw they suppress their love. Because obviously, if you start remembering the Krishna, what will happen? In your heart, love generated. But they suppress that love. And they want to just make Krishna as only the object for the meditation. That's why they will be, that's why they are going to merging into the Paramatma. Yes. But the devotees, what? They remember him out of love. That is important. But if you start remembering, you will get in the love. But that natural process, but they stop that natural process by the strength of the yoga. This is kya kare Yoga Mishra Bhakta is other side is another kind of bhakti only, because smaranam is bhakti or not? What is a type of bhakti? Yes. So what form you remember? You remember the Vishnu, then you'll go to Vaikuntha. If you remember, so you remember Vishnu without of love, then you'll go to Vaikuntha. And do that love is out of what? Dasya bhava. That you have to. Generally, Vaikuntha means Dasya bhava, finish. Then if you go to the Dwarika, so then there will be even further. The Vaidhi, that means that love defines is out of rules and regulations. That means love is following the rules and regulations and targeted towards the Krishna. Then they will go to the Dwarika. That love is spontaneous and target towards the Krishna. Then they will go to the Goloka. These are the things, parameters which changes the destination. Destination is, so remembrance is there, but there is no bhakti. Then they go and merge into the Paramatma. So remembrance is there, but love is there, but is out of rules and regulations. Then and they are meditating on the Paramatma. Then they will go to the Vaikuntha, because love is there, but it is out of rules and regulations. That means that love is what kind of love? Dasya bhava. So love is there, that is towards the Vasudeva, that means so Krishna, but out of rules and regulations. Then they will go to the Dwarika. So love is there, remembrance is there, is out of love, but it is spontaneous towards the Krishna. Then they will go to Vrindavan. Where you want to go? This is all actually in the whole Bhagavatam, everywhere. If you learn these concepts, finish. You can understand every sloka. This much. And otherwise, you will like that. Everything you make mess. Every sloka will make mess. And keeping here philosophy, that philosophy, this, that, all mess you'll make. Simple actually. This much. See how Jiva Goswami is analyzing everything very clearly. But we should remember, you should not forget.
Means Prabhuji, all possibilities have its destination.
Yes.
So can't we think
make another one more option, and you want to create one more loka? You always think like this.
one maybe kind of that, no, there is no loka for that.
Something make practical and which is feasible. Proposition, your proposition should be fair. If you give prayer proposition, then I will show destination for that. Yes.
Amrit made between Ishwar Sayuj and Brahma Sayuj. So these who follow
They are Brahma Sahajya. They are going here. Jnanis. Those they are remembering. That means they are doing that Adi Yagnam. They are worshipping. So through the Yoga Mishra Bhakti, they are going to the Ishvara side. Yes. Chaliye, I will now next. Yatha mat shabdokta Sri Krishna kya Bhagavat Bhakti Prakashaschayam. So that's Bhakti. Ananya cheta satatam yo mam smarati nityashaha tasya aham sulabah partha nityayuktasya yoginaha. So this is Ananya Bhakti. You are seeing a third Ananya 8.14. That's Bhagavan. By doing the Ananya Bhakti, one will be realizing the Bhagavan. So that's why if you want to go to remembrance, Smaranam I said, na? Smaranam, Kirtanam, whatever. So if you do for the Vishnu or otherwise Dwarika Krishna or otherwise, so Golok Vrindavan Krishna. So that Smaranam exclusively you should do Smaranam. So then exclusively if you do Bhakti, it's not only Smaranam, exclusively if you Ananya Cheda Sadatam Yo Mam Smarati. Mam, that means, so who is standing in front of Arjuna? Mam means me, that means Krishna. Who you Ananya Cheta. Ananya Cheta means there is no other, they are not, their mind, their chitta, their consciousness is not going on other things. Satatam yo mam smarati. Always who remembers me. This is nothing but the Ananya Bhakti. Ananya Bhakti means what? Which is not done for the other demigods. It is exclusively done for the Krishna. And it is not mixed with the any other Jnana or the Yoga. Ananya. So that is Ananya Bhakti. Tadetat Sammukhya Trayam Sri Kapila Devena Api Yuktam. These three kinds of Sammukhyam. What are the three kinds of Sammukhyam? One is the Gnanam, second is the Ananya Bhakti, third one is Vishesha Bhakti. Vishesha Bhakti means Yoga Mishra Bhakti, special Bhakti. Some worship towards the Smaranam is Bhakti or not? Yes, that's why we are keeping that into the yogis. What they do? Yoga Mishra Bhakti mainly. Smaranam, that means Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. In that, what is happening? So these all three, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, are part of the Smaranam. But only problem is love is not there. Otherwise, it is also one of the Bhakti Anga only. Understanding? So now three kinds of the Sammukhyam we are seeing. Actually, two. We started with the two. What it can be? So if you go in detail, then it can be three. This is also discussed by our Kapil Dev. So in the 3rd canto, 26th chapter, he discussed about the Gnanam, and in the 27th chapter, he discussed about the yoga, and in the 27, 28, so 27 he discussed about the Gnanam, 28 yoga, 29 bhakti, and 25 also bhakti, 26 about the elements, Sankhya elements. third canto. तदेतत् सामुख्यत्रयं श्री कपिलदेवेन अपि उक्तम्. So Kapildev, ज्ञानमात्रं परं ब्रह्म परमात्मेश्वरः पुमान् दृश्यादिभिः पृथग्भावैर् भगवानेक ईयते. So 3. Jnanamatram, Brahma, Puman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. 3. So that means that's why Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti Shabdete. Whole philosophy is this only. Knowing Bhagavan, Brahman, Paramatma. So that's why Bhagavad Sandarbha, Paramatma Sandarbha. And that Bhagavan is Krishna, Krishna Sandarbha. And how the Samukhya? Bhakti. That's why Bhakti Sandarbha. And result is Preeti. Bas Preeti Sandarbha. Whole this chart is explained in all the Sandarbhas. Yes. This much. Is there any difficulty? Like Prabhupada asked. Is there any difficulty in this? Very simple. Why you are struggling so much? Years and years. Very simple. All Nana Shastra Vicharanaika Nipunav. These 6 Goswamis, they are really actually did something for us in Shastrically. We are not able to take that summary study also. They read all the Shastras and come to such a conclusion. Gaudiya Vaishnava literature is the highest literature among all the philosophies. The more number of books we are only having. Even no other are having actually. Especially about the result, the phala. So Prayojana Tattva. Prayojana Tattva is described very elaborately by our acharyas. Prayojana Tattva and also Abhitheya. Like Ujjwal Nilamani, all this. So Preeti Sandarbha. Mostly they are interested in that. Our Prayojana Tattva is unparalleled actually by the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So they are very intelligent among the all Vaishnavas because they want the highest thing. They are the super most intelligent people. Even among the super intelligent people, he is the super most. Because they targeted for the highest result. So you are also highest because you all came to this line. You are all great or not? Yes. In this whole world, everyone is fighting for the land, but we are all discussing for the highest result. ऐसा करके वो सब छोड़ना नहीं. So we will deal those also. Yes. We'll settle. Okay, next. पृथक् परस्परम अन्यदृशो भावो भावना येषु तथा विदैः ज्ञानादिभिर् एक एव परिपूर्णः स्वरूपगुणः परब्रह्म ईयते परमात्मीयते भगवांश्च ईयते. So absolute truth is only one, but then why in the Shastra it is described as 3 ways? Because prutak bhavaihi. Prutak parasparam anyadrisho bhavah bhavana yeshu. That means they have different bhavana, bhava, different bhava about the absolute truth. So based upon their mood, bhavana means you can take here as mood. Based upon the mood, they also they saw the absolute truth in the different moods, and also that's why to realize the absolute truth with that mood, they need different sadhana. So some people are having the mood, such a mood, they want to see absolute truth without attributes. That kind of mood they have. So then that's why, so they are using the Gnana Sadhana. Prabhu, why they are seeing, why they are having that mood? Because their association, that's all. They associated such a people and they got that mood. With whom you are associating, that their mood you will be getting. Yes or no? That's obvious. There is no hard and fast rules here. Only thing is Gnana Sange. Here Karmarpanam. So who are already frustrated to accept the results of the karma, they are now interested in offering, leaving this karma to someone. So anyway, then Gnanis came in contact with them. Then they will be developing the, so such a mood. So to leave everything and so see everything as nothing. Everything as nothing. Seeing everything as nothing is known as Brahman. That means seeing everything, the one which is not having nothing. Seeing everything as the one which is not having anything, which is having nothing, is known as, that is a mood they got. I want to see everything as one which is not having the anything, or which is having the nothing. Okay, fine. They are convinced with this point. Good. Then they will be coming to the platform of the path of the Gnana. They try to, so for that also Shastra gave the procedure. Brahmaji is explaining. Krishna also explaining. Kleshodikataras tesham nitya yuktanam. Nitya chetasam, what is that? Avyakta chetasam, sorry. Is there? That is also there, but it is very difficult. And some, they want to see absolute truth in the form of Paramatma. They don't want to have any love and relations. But I want to enter into this, that's all. Okay, Yoga Mishra Bhakti, you do? You do Yoga Mishra Bhakti.
In the 6th chapter of the Gita, the Ashtanga Yoga is discussed. And again in the 8th chapter, the Yoga Mishra Bhakti is discussed. So how come, Ashtanga Yoga, because there is Bhakti element is less and Yoga is more. Here there is Pradhana Bhakti, Yoga Mishra Bhakti, there is Pradhana Bhakti and with coupled with Ashtanga Yoga. So how come both of them get the same destination? Because there is quite difference in, Pradhani, Yoga Mishra, Pradhana Bhuta Bhakti, and compared to only Ashtanga Yoga, where there is only yoga practice, very small element of bhakti.
Yeah, in the Bhagavad Gita 6th chapter, so that Ashtanga Yoga is discussed. So that is especially is told keeping the Krishna is keeping idea of that means how these Jnanis are realizing the Brahman. For realizing Brahman, they are using Ashtanga Yoga. And here also in the 8th chapter, we will see the, so 8th chapter also we are seeing Ashtanga Yoga only. Yama Niyama, that is there, na? That sloka, that's 12th sloka. What is said? That is 12th sloka is, so Sarvadvarani Samyamya Mano Hrudi Nirudhyacha Murdhinya. Sarvadvarani Samyamya means Yama, Niyama, and also so Mano Nirudhya, that means that is a Pratyahara. These are all the, this is also Ashtanga Yoga only. But only the point is here, so it is Yoga Mishra Bhakti. That means here Bhakti is prominent. But here Bhakti also, these yogis, if they get Bhakti, these are they are addicted to the yoga, but this Bhakti is what kind of Bhakti? So if here they don't have any kind of the love, but just to smaranam they are doing, then this is nothing but also known as Bhakti Mishra Yoga, and those will be going and merging. But here, if they get bhakti from the devotee, and where there is a Dasya Bhavam is also there, then they will go to the Salokya Mukti. So bhakti element is there, so that makes the difference actually. From whom you get this bhakti? Association. Once again, there also association makes matter. That means what kind of devotees you met and what you learned from them. So that's why possibilities are there. There also possibilities are there.
So the 6th chapter, what it is spoken is more like a liberation, but here they can attain Vaikuntha in Shantrati also.
Yeah. Many things are possible here. So that's why it's not explained there. Everything is very simple. Only thing is few parameters, few fundamentals you should know. So Yoga Mishra Bhakti, then this Bhakti is given by whom? So what kind? That means Dasya Rasa is there, or Vaidhi is there, or Raganuga is there. That you should understand. Then immediately destinations we can make. Finish.
This Paramatma, what is they see Paramatma or just they experience Paramatma?
They see
This-
Paramatma or experience Paramatma?
Or only experience Paramatma?
Experience means what?
Means they just feel the presence of Paramatma in everyone's heart. Like that they feel, or just they practically see him with the 400 form and like that.
Feel or see? What is the difference between feel and see?
Means
So you see, this is duster. So I am seeing. Seeing is nothing but feeling only, na? Feeling means, what is the definition of feeling? Tell me the feeling. Because pratyaksha is anubhavam, is experience. Pratyaksha is experience. So feeling means how you are going to define. First define that, then I will answer it.
so means they see Paramatma in everyone's heart like that. So the yogis.
They see, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's just asking, just like philosophically, he know कि Paramatma exists or he experience also.
He's different. He's not asking the knowing or seeing. Yeah. Feeling. Not you are saying the knowing. That means philosophically, you are also know Paramatma realization you happened. You also know everyone is there. Yeah.
Prabhu, should we understand that in outside there are many followers of spirituality? So somehow or other they are connected like this way. There are these sammukhas. Means outside there are many
Religions.
religious person or spiritual person.
Ah.
They are maybe not following Gauriya Siddhanta. So there is some somehow are they are connecting with this kind of processes like Paramatma.
This is only the possible. This is only the fact. So anyone wants to realize the absolute truth, only these three. That's all. No more other choices. And if others are outside, they are all worshipping the different demigods. And so they are reaching to those places. Yanti devan devavrataha, pitrun yanti pitruvrataha, bhutani yanti bhutavrataha. 9.25 na? 9 point 9 or 7 Prabhu? Are yanti devavrata devan pitrun yanti pitruvrataha bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyajinopi mam. If they worship, so whomever they are worshipping, they will go to there. Provided he should be approved by the Vedas. It's not that he will keep something whimsically and I will worship. If he worship every day a dog, then he will reach the dog. He'll become dog. If you were, yes or no? Dog. If Jesus Christ is also about him in the Vedas, it is there, then he will go to that plant. Yeah. So is there or not, I don't know. That we have to see. But this is the principle actually. Everything should be approved by the Vedas. Because Vedas are only the Apaurushaya Pramana. So there is an unparalleled, that means no one can defeat the authenticity of the Vedas. Because already we proved that. Vedas are the highest authentic source. Because it is free from the 4 defects. It's not origin, it's not having any origin of the 4 defects. So that is a big discussion that is already done by our Acharya, Srila Jiva Goswami in Tattva Sandarbha. Let's come if you want to have any doubt to discuss. So out of those Vedas, Bhagavatam is the highest pramana. So that's why Bhagavatam is saying, Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam yas gnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti shabdyate. Only this many only it said. Absolute truth can be either of these 3, that's all. If someone have this so yeah. But even I don't know actually much about the Bible. I didn't read and I don't have much knowledge. So that's why no comments from my side. Because how to correlate and what is taken on Jesus, what he took, and after that what they manipulated and how much they changed. Because even in the Bhagavatam we have sometimes part Bhed. Even our acharyas strictly followed, but there is a chance of part Bhed. Then in 2000 years back, so there how many versions of Bible and which is authentic Bible, which I have to study, and after that how to relate, and then finally coming to conclusions about the destination. And also destination, what they define is a research topic. Anyone can do that. Do compare to study. Rather studying Bible in the light of Srimad Bhagavatam. That you can do and publish. Then we can, then onwards, if it is we can give some comments. Otherwise, not to give to, I don't know. Huh? Srimad Bible. Also, Quran is there. The Holy Scriptures are there. Because the whole world and everything, yes.
In both of the cases, Prabhuji, in one case, in Jesus Christ case, he was saying that I am son of the God, and in Quran case, he was
Which God? Son of the God, he told, but which God? And what is the form? And where is the place? If we clarify that, then we can say, yes. That's the point, na? Where, what is the name and place, attributes, what he does? All these things has to be clarified. Then we can do some guess actually. Oh, this is this, this is this. Maybe it is there. Okay. Okay. Mataji. Okay. Shubhangi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranams, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I recently read in the 3rd canto, 2nd chapter, that Yadus, they considered the God as Paramatma, as Vasudeva. So they considered the Paramatma realization. So we here discuss that they do not have love towards the Lord and they do Yoga Mishra Bhakti. So does that mean that they are not affectionate toward the Lord other than the controller, maintainer, and creator? Creator, annihilator, and maintainer.
That's 3rd canto, 2nd chapter, no, Mataji? Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji. So the
that,
differentiation comes, right? The residents of Vrindavan and the residents of...
They don't have any spontaneous love. So that is the difference we find. So they are associating Krishna, but the spontaneous love how the Vrindavan Vasis are having, so that is not there. The Raganuga Bhakti, Ragatmika Bhakti is not there. That is a point actually there we have to see.
But are they then Yoga Mishra Bhaktas as classified by us today because they have Paramatma realization?
One second. I read, but I forgot it. Their commentary, third canto, second chapter. सात्वत ऋषभं सर्वे भूतवास सम्मतं देवस्य माया सृष्टः ये च अन्यदस्ताश्रितः ब्राह्म्यते धीर्न. I will clarify Mataji tomorrow. Just
Yes. Yes.
They are Paramatma. Yadus Paramatma, then that means they should be in Vaikunta then.
Yeah.
That's but Vasudeva, na? Actually they do
Vasudeva.
Vaidhi Bhakti. So that's why they are there. But they are not having the Raga Bhakti. So that's why they are not getting the highest rasa. That's in the Goloka. That difference we can see.
Okay. Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, next. Little one minute. Finally, we understood that Brahma, Paramatma, Bhagavan, these three, and Parabrahmana Swarupa Lakshanam Gnanam, Paramatma is Ishvara, and Bhagavan is, so who is having the Bhagavatta. So no, Puman is Ishvara. So Paramatmana Ishvara Pumaniti, Bhagavata Bhagavaniti Eva. Puman means Ishvara, Purusha, controller. So we will say Samukyam Trayam Bhagavat Paramatma Sandarbhayoho Brahmana Athapi Bhum. So okay, this Samukyam is now three types. So Brahman and Bhagavan, these two are explained in the Bhagavad Sandarbha, and this Bhagavan is explained in the Bhagavad Sandarbha, and Brahman also is explained in the Bhagavad Sandarbha. And what is there next? This Paramatma is explained in the Paramatma Sandarbha. Paramatma Sandarbha. Okay. So if you want to know more details about these three, Brahman, Bhagavan, Paramatma, you should study Bhagavad Sandarbha and Paramatma Sandarbha. All doubts will be clarified by. Yes. Okay, clear? We'll see tomorrow a little bit more, and after that, jump to the next. Hare Krishna. Any questions or anything? Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki.